everybody. How are you guys doing? Do you wonder what I do back there? You do? Do you wonder? I wish I could show it to you, actually. Do you know who's late to work today? Shall we mulikaha? DJ D. DJ D. She is late. Kuja DJ D. Kuja, she's gonna come from back here down today. All right, everybody? There she is, coming through. DJ D. DJ D. Yeah, come. Dude, wait to see her short dress. There she is. DJ D. You're dressed like me. We're matching. Yay, hi, sweetie. How are you?
I'm good, you?
Good to see you, darling. See you. All right, say hi to DJ D. Do you know why I've done that to you? Because our next guest is your friend. Yeah. Yes, he is. He told me that you guys mmetoka mbali.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is, right? Yeah. Okay, so who am I talking about today? It's a really good and entertaining show. I'm talking about a man who burst into the scenes and he has stuck into our psyche, our musical psyche. Nai Boy is in the house. Yes, indeed. So today's show is going to start off on a little bit of a different note. Okay, usually we try very hard to start you out, lifting you up, dreaming. Nah, let's just start out with some great music, some local wonderful music from Nai Boy himself. Take a look. All right, I'm joined not by Elvis, but by Innocent, all right, Njuguna, and by Kang'ethe Mungai. Thank you so much for being here, gentlemen. I said, well, I've really happy. I love her. Where is she? She's busy performing. Yeah. And she's doing that Coke Studio and her concerts and her you know, exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Yeah. Congratulations on that amazing film.
Thank you.
Good job. Very well done. All right, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you, sir? And what do you do?
My name is Kang'ethe Mungai.
Yeah.
I'm a film producer, director, and a scriptwriter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you start?
Well, I started a while back.
Yeah. When there was nothing.
When there was
one station in Kenya.
Exactly. So at least I've been producing film, I've been producing TV series, and that kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Innocent? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Have you always been an actor?
I was a tout once.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And decided to do acting. So it's been about 5 years now.
This is not the show where you skip from I was a tout and then decided to be an actor. It is not that show. You have to take us slowly. All right. So when did you start in the matatu business? When did you decide, nah, I was born to be in front of a camera?
Well, started about 2009.
Yeah.
And then I was done by 2011, and I decided I want to be a star. So
good for you. Good for you. Did you always know you had that talent?
I always felt it. I always felt I was destined for greatness. Does that sound cocky?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I've always felt that.
Yeah.
It's not. I think it's important to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Very much so. Looking at, of course, the kind of actors, because you've been doing this kind of for a while now, and you have worked with the best of the best. You've worked with upcoming. You've worked with people who might not have had, you know, everything there, but they had the passion. Tell me, when you, as a director or producer, writing a story, coming up with the film, looking for funding, what kind of person do you look for to execute that story in the best way possible?
Well, most of the time, when I'm writing, I always think of somebody before, because I always feel like there is somebody out there who can be able to do this. There's somebody who can be able to perform this role in a much better way. So I always think about it first. But again, then it comes down to availability of people, and it's a lot of hard work trying to get somebody to get so-and-so to come and do this, putting all the funds together, everybody together. So it's a lot of hard work.
It is.
Yeah.
But you managed to do this. Tell us a little bit about World Tofauti, from the concept where it started up to now, the world premiere of this great film.
Well, World Tofauti is interesting. I'm actually very excited about it because it's one of a kind. It's a bit different, and that was one of the things that drove me. I just felt I needed to do something different. Okay. And the fact that we as producers have been complaining about a lot of Naijas on our screens.
True.
And we really are not giving you a lot to work with as well. So I think we also have to challenge ourselves as producers and say, okay, now let's do something good. Something that is of good quality with stars, you know, the kind of thing that you see abroad. So that sort of inspired me, and I wrote the story. It's a very interesting story about, it's a boy meet girl story, but it's different. World Tofauti as it sounds. It's somebody coming from one side of the town, meeting a girl coming from another side of the town.
Right,
They
two
meet
extremes, basically.
very, very big,
Yeah.
serious extremes.
Yeah.
So when they meet, of course, there's that culture shock and so on and so forth. And then we've tried to make it as local as possible.
Right.
It's so Nairobi. The Sheng, if it is in Kibera, we've shot in Kibera. If it is in the upmarket of places like Kileleshwa, we've tried to make it so real.
As realistic as possible.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you went from being a matatu tout to dreaming about being in front of a camera to ending up as the lead role of this great film.
Well, I must say it was hard. First, convincing myself that I should stop this and try to venture something that I don't even know where to start from. But I'm glad I did so. And having been personally called by Kang'ethe.
Really? You
Oh, yes, he did.
Did you audition?
Did you audition me? No, he just called me.
In my mind.
Really? You had this look?
Yes.
And you knew, and you had
Yes.
of course probably seen a screenshot.
Yes.
Yeah, a headshot of him.
Yeah, I had seen him
Okay.
somewhere.
So this was a match made in heaven, really.
Well, yes.
It worked
yes.
out.
It worked out perfectly.
Innocent, let me tell you, I don't care what you tell us here, we know. The day you realized that you were starring a love interest to Avril, what did you do? Did you scream like a girl in the house? Yeah. Did you? Were you excited?
Well, I'm a professional. I mean, it's...
Yeah, how was that? How was that moment?
Well, I've worked with her before. So it was good to know that I'm working with someone we've actually had chemistry with. So we didn't have those very awkward moments. And she really made it so easy for me to, you know, she's so good at it. I mean, she makes me look good.
Amazing.
Kissing bit.
Yeah.
The kissing bit. Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's the funny thing. I always wonder about that. You can find, and if you look at actually Nikki Swift on YouTube, you'll find so many interesting movies that you love so much. That was like a romance comedy or a romantic film, and you'll hear later that this couple didn't even get along, or they were friends before, but what you saw on screen is completely different. Finding a pair that has chemistry, that will execute your story really well, it's not easy in terms of casting. Kang'ethe, tell us a little bit about this process for World Tofauti.
Well, for me, I must say, I think I was a bit lucky, because when these two guys met, they made it a bit easy for me.
Yeah.
They didn't have that kind of a challenge. Although I have had that before in other shows, yeah. when you're trying to produce a show and you find that there is absolutely no chemistry between
and then
two people. Yes, conflict.
Imagine, yeah.
So you find that, you know, and you know what happens with filming and acting is that when I'm not feeling you, people can be able to pick that up.
True.
As much as I'm trying to pretend. So
people are smart.
yeah, they can't tell.
Yeah.
So we really try to work hard and convince the actors, make them comfortable as possible, tell them everything's going to be fine. Just doing this for the show, please. Don't worry about anything else. Yeah.
And there has to be a sense of friendship, isn't there?
Yeah,
there has to be. You have to develop that naturally.
You have to.
Yeah, because you really have to get close to this person, isn't it? Yeah. Absolutely. Looking at, of course, how far you've come in the industry, and looking at where we are in Kenya, are we doing better when it comes to film?
Yeah, we are getting better.
Okay.
We haven't gotten there yet. Absolutely, we really need a lot of help, mostly from just Kenyans.
Yeah.
You know, other than saying Serikali's idea, yes, we need Serikali's
Kenyans
idea.
have to come out and buy the tickets.
They do need to do that. They really need to do that, because once we've presented them with something, then now it's upon them. Yeah. You say, and we've been hearing a lot of complaints of people who complaining that we don't have good content from Kenya. They don't know where to get it from and the access. And we're also having a challenge with distribution. Of course. Because for me as a producer, I would really love for that day when mine is just to produce. Because I'm a creative. Yeah. I just write and then I produce. Then maybe Kobe can be able to push it.
Take it to this person who buys it or puts it on air, and then that person can,
absolutely. So that's the system that we need.
But right now, I'm sure you're the mother, father, daughter, son to this film. You're doing everything. I'm sure you even did the poster.
Everything.
But it's true. I'm telling you, we know this life, but it needs to end. That's why we're addressing these issues today.
Yes, it does need to end.
You know? Yeah. But when you look at this film, it's going to have a shelf life. in the theaters. And Kenyans will come out and watch it. I can guarantee you that it looks so, so good. Wow. And I know that this film will definitely have the desired impact. Wow. For me, the question is always after. You know, when else are we going to see Innocent on the big screen? When else? What else are you going to do? Are you interested in doing? And I think that's what it's usually really about, is you see a really great film. Like, I haven't seen the guy from Nairobi Half-Life again. Yeah. Have you guys seen him? Exactly, and it's kind of sad. Yeah, it is. Whereas everywhere else, someone does one big hit, they're in your lives. You see them everywhere. Yeah. Innocent, isn't that your expectation?
Well, that is definitely my expectation. Not just me, all other actors that I come across. Yeah. But I must say, the industry has come a long way, and we are still not there. But for sure, we are headed somewhere. Okay. Yeah, this wouldn't have been the case, let me say, 5 years ago. Absolutely,
yeah. Absolutely. So we are getting there. It's a slow trudge, but we will eventually get there.
Yeah, actually another thing that we're doing as Riverwood is that this is the first of very many premieres that we'll be doing. Okay. We've come up together with other producers, and what we're trying to do is to have, after every 3 months, we launch a movie. Okay. A good quality film. So I'm not just the only one. We're working with the rest of the producers from Riverwood. Yes. And we'll be seeing
Moniki sent me this poster actually, and the trailer. He sent it to me on WhatsApp.
So that is exactly what we're doing. Yeah. So you will see them.
And it's a great collaborative effort. If I think everyone partners up and comes together, then there's nothing, there'll be no issue to talk about. Yeah. I think all the little holes will be plugged. Yes. There are so many people, Innocent and of course Kang'ethe, who are even sitting here. There's a guy called Fidel. He's quickly become one of my favorite people, who's an aspiring actor, and Christine as well, who are sitting right there at the front row. And both of these two are aspiring, upcoming, struggling actors, like for real. And I've seen them actually perform here and audition for us. What would you say to these guys who feel that they've never gotten a chance, that they have not even been called for auditions, they don't know how to go about it? Fidel wishes he was you, who just got a call and ended up acting in this film. How does it all work? Speak to these two actors.
Basically, what I would tell them is that not to give up, first and foremost. And when you go for auditions and you're not picked, it's not that you're not good. It's just that what probably the producer or director is looking for is not exactly what you have.
You might not be the right fit.
Yeah, you're not the right fit, but that doesn't mean you're not good. Okay. You are good. Again, you have to knock very many doors. Very many. Yeah. So not to give up. This is an industry of passion. Sometimes we, even us as producers, we feel now, this is it. I'm not going to do this again. I'm going to go back to Shago and do my other things and be a farmer.
Exactly, yeah.
But because of the passion that we have, you just find yourself coming back and wanting to do more and more. Absolutely. So the moment you realize that and put the rest aside, like the stardom, what he had, he's lucky he got there. Because normally, we've seen several upcoming actors who really want to be stars very fast. Very fast. And that's the greatest challenge, and that's the greatest, I think, undoing that artists have, actors especially.
Yeah, the fame of the stardom is really nothing.
Yeah, but if they put their mind to it, they are always going to make it.
Okay, talk to that part of things, Innocent, in terms of to these guys, young people who feel like I've never gotten a chance, because you didn't audition for this part particularly, but I'm sure you've done many auditions and you have been turned down and you have lost that part. Talk to them about that struggle.
It's not a funny one. It's not a funny feeling being rejected. You go to auditions until you can keep count. Yeah. If someone asks you, how many auditions have you been to?
You don't even know.
I don't even know.
It's too many, right?
It's too many of them. But the fact that you are persistent day in, day out, you know, back in your mind, you know, this is what I want to do. And until you get it, you don't stop. You know, I go with the philosophy, I win every day. Yeah. I make a point of winning every day. It doesn't matter how small the win is. It doesn't matter how big. A win for me is a win. So I go with the mentality of winning every day. I make strides every day. By the end of the day, you become exactly what you want to be.
Absolutely. I read this in Esquire. I read this story on Robert De Niro, and in his latest role. I mean, the man has been on screens before I was born, you know? Yeah. And he was still talking about what he has to do before going on set. the preparation. I had the opportunity, but do I say, to act on Netflix's Sense8. And Lana Wachowski, the same person who produced Matrix, actually directed me. And I remember the day before, I was with one of my best friends, and I was like, he was like, who are you playing? I was like, I'm playing myself, imagine, Kopi Kihara. So he's like, show me your lines. And so we started going through my lines, and I was ad-libbing. And my friend told me, Kobe, this is Hollywood. They will not accept this mediocrity. You know the way we do things here? Let me just add my own to ads. You know, we sat up until 2 in the morning, and I learned each and every single word. I knew my commas. I knew the full stops. I knew when to pause. I knew when to breathe. I knew when to listen. And the instructions are on the script. Are very, very, of course, you know how those scripts come. Do you know the next day when I went for the scene, and it's all of 10 minutes when you watch it. When I went for the scene, there was, first of all, over 300 crew members on site. Over 300 crew members. And I was assigned somebody from Hollywood to come and go through my lines with me. And anytime I missed a comma or said and instead of, they cut. I was just in shock. So can you imagine if I hadn't actually prepared up to that 2 in the morning, I would have completely angushed that whole production day.
And yourself as well.
And myself. And it would have been a complete mess. And for me, that day is when I understood this thing is not a joke. We watch it as fun and entertainment, but the amount of blood, sweat, and tears and work that goes behind it. The reason I'm talking about this is because it's so important for Kenyans to purchase that ticket. Because that purchasing power will give you more to produce and to give up more opportunities to Kenyans. Are you getting enough support from Kenya Film Commission, from Serekali, from the ministry? Talk to me about that, because it's a realistic conversation. Is Ezekiel Mutua working with you guys better now? Talk to us, man.
The Kenya Films Commission actually have come through for me, not quite a lot.
Great.
They've paid for the theatre, Kenya National Theatre.
Amazing.
Which is really good for me, because that is one of the challenges that we're having.
Of course.
Yeah, so I have to say Kenya Films are really trying.
Good.
Of course, even Ezekiel, he started off a bit, you know, it was
rough
on a rocky start, but now we're beginning to have a conversation. And we're understanding each other. And we're beginning to realize that he's not coming from a punitive point of view. It's just that maybe we didn't understand each other from the word go. But now the future is really looking up. We'll be working together soon in very many other projects as well. He's been helping Riverwood as well. They've funded Riverwood Academy Awards, which are annual.
Yes, exactly.
So it's been good, but we still hope we're going to get more.
It's a step in the right direction. We're stepping in the right direction. Talk to me a little bit about what your expectations for your career moving forward are.
I know most people would want to hit Hollywood and go out there and do big things. I would eventually want to do that, but I feel like there's so much more that I want to do here. And there's so many kids need to be inspired, so many shows that are going to come. I want to tell Kenyan stories. I want to feel part and parcel of this. If we don't tell them, then who will?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I would like Kang'ethe to call me again and tell me I have this other Kenyan story. I have the Dedan Kimathi story. I have the Kiriamiti story. I feel that you could do these other things. I was like, oh, yes.
Amazing.
And we'll make preparations. We'll do method acting. We'll do Meisner techniques. And all that.
Pushing it until the Oscar shows up. Until the Academy Awards actually come knocking on our doors. That's how we're going to do it. Give these guys a hand, everybody. The name of the film is World Tofauti, featuring Innocent, now a.k.a. Elvis Njuguna, and Avril Nyambura. All right, created, produced, written by this great man, Kang'ethe Mungai, who has been working so hard. Y'all don't even know. You've watched things on your TV screens, uko Njata, uko QTV, this man has been working for so many years, and nobody waits for the credit to roll so they can see your name.
That's the thing, I think we should be...
We should just put your name there, you know? But we want to honor you today. You've done so well. When we come back, Nai Boy sets the record straight about his past, his music, and his future. We'll be right back after this.